Greetings 40k fans, your host JT the Voice here, and today we are bringing you a real rumble in the jungle as Tak and the Dark Angels face Mubin and the Thousand Suns, and Magnus and the Lion get ready to throw down.
It's Pariah Nexus time, and this is the first foray for the Thousand Suns into the Pariah Nexus.
This is the one we've been waiting to do for a really long time. This is a Primarch battle, but one we haven't done on the channel.
Magnus can do some serious work with all the Mortal Wounds shenanigans, but the Lion can give out a 4-up save versus Mortal Wounds. It's really going to be a match of the unstoppable force versus the immovable object.
This is a very peculiar list for me because I love my vehicles, but this list is all infantry except for that Outrider bike squad.
Tak has brought Azrael, a captain in Terminator armor, a chaplain in Terminator armor, and the Lionel Johnson himself. He's also got 2 Intercessor squads, 3 Bladegar veteran squads, a squad of Deathwing Knights, 2 Deathwing Terminator squads, some Inner Circle companions, and an Outrider squad just for that extra bit of speed. Mubin's forces consist of Ahriman, 3 Infernal Masters, Magnus the Red, a Thousand Suns Demon Prince with Wings, and a Thousand Suns Sorcerer. He's got rubrics upon rubrics upon rubrics upon rubrics, a Thousand Suns Rhino, and 2 Mutalith Vortex Beasts.
My list today is pretty standard for a Thousand Suns list. I do have a couple enhancements in my list. The Lord of Forbidden Lore on my Winged Demon Prince of Tzeentch, who's there for some uppy-downy shenanigans. Arcane Vortex, because we can't really leave home without that. Another Infernal Master actually has the Umbrellific Crystal.
Today's mission is Burden of Trust from the Pariah Nexus. From round 2 forwards, players will score 4 victory points for each objective they control, not in their deployment zone, and they can then choose a unit within range to guard that objective. Then at the end of the other player's turn, if they still have units guarding objectives, they will score an additional 2 victory points per objective guarded.
I've noticed that a lot of secondaries require you to stay alive in order to score them after your opponent's next turns. I've got a lot of invulnerable, I've got a lot of tough multi-wound models, and we're gonna see if that's the way to play Pariah Nexus.
Our mission special rule today is Inspired Leadership, as it should be. The Warlords will give out a Leadership +1 on Battle Shock tests if they are visible and within 9 inches, and outside of their home deployment zone. Our deployment map is Tipping Point, a new map from Pariah with short home edges and a staggered deployment. This episode is brought to you by our friends at Art W. If you're passionate about the Warhammer universe and looking for the best professional miniature painters to bring your figures to life, look no further. Art W Studio is here to make your tabletop dreams come true. While we ourselves love to paint, we often can't paint everything in time for our busy production schedule. So having Art W as a partner in these efforts has been fantastic. If you're like us and have a vision for what you want on the tabletop but don't necessarily have the time, consider Art W Studios. Their website allows you to get a quote through an online form, and you can peruse a gallery of their works to get inspired. Be sure to go check them out and help support them to support us. Now, back to the action.
All right, Mubin.
First Pariah Nexus game, woo, let's go.
Tak is putting all of his Terminators in Deep Strike. He does have a unit that can come in turn 1. This could be a real interesting deployment chess match, something Tak is absolutely known for. Mubin is going to put Ahriman in 5 rubrics in a Rhino, and the Aspiring Champion in 5 rubrics also in a Rhino.
My first squad of Intercessors. Deployment here, I'm going to use all the terrain to my advantage. Again, I've only got infantry, so I can hide.
Demon Prince with Wings back here behind this wall.
They are just going to go inside the building here. Squad of Blade Guard vets, and they're just going to go inside of the building here.
We're just gonna put them on top, but they're actually inside.
They're technically Outriders because they're not in the Raven Wing detachment.
Just a regular Infernal Master.
Second squad of Blade Guard vets are down.
And this is the Infernal Master with the Arcane Vortex.
3-man Blade Guard vets, you know what they're good for? Little magic boxes.
You're gonna just put 1 Vortex Beastie over here.
I would like to keep Azrael alive because he's going to keep getting me sweet command points.
Vortex Beastie number 2 is gonna go over here.
You're going to need to chew through a lot
Oh yeah.
to get to him. How about that?
Magnus.
So we are all deployed. How are you feeling about your deployment?
I'm really hoping he goes first, which means he has to actually push forward and, well, try to make it to the middle. or he's just gonna stay at home and he's just gonna give me a free turn of moving up and taking these objectives. I want you to go first.
Yeah, I definitely want to go second. Well, I rolled in. I'm definitely going first. My battle plan has to change a little bit.
Good luck, Tech.
Good luck to you. Here we go. My turn one that I didn't want. One teleport homer right here.
Okay.
Movement is going to choose the +2 to move aura for Magnus. Tack is choosing no hiding from the Watchers for the Lion. That's going to give it a 4-up feel no pain versus mortal wounds. Tack's drawn cleanse and area denial. Oh, for not wanting to go first and not wanting to pop his head out, that is not the best draw.
Oh. I couldn't have asked for a better draw for Tack secondaries here.
Horrible. I can do it, but at what cost?
Tack choosing Oath of Moment on Magnus and aggressive push on every other objective he doesn't control.
Oh.
So I'm going to select basically all the objectives in No Man's Land.
Okay.
And I don't think there's a restriction, including your home objective, in case I deep strike and start to hit anything back there.
So you're just being greedy and you want it all.
I want it all.
Azrael gives him an extra command point, so Tack starts with 2 to movement's 1.
We are going to go into some movement here. Get my Outrider bikes further
They're
up.
2 inches from the edge.
I'm just going to go right up to the line with the intercessors because they have stickied my home objective. So they're going to go right up to the wall as well. I'm also going to push up with the inner circle companions, with Azrael, with the line. So then they're just going to string out. These Blade Guard vets are just going to go right up to the wall. I'm going to maybe pull the Deathwing Knights out of reserves. I could get area denial and I could cleanse one objective. So here we go. We're going to try it. Deathwing Knights deep strike right now. So I need to be 3 inches from the center. So that one Deathwing Knight is going to bravely try to hold the line there. That's kind of a cheeky little way of doing a little bit of scoring now. It is really risky.
Now that's a Deathwing Knight unit that's out in the open, kind of, that I can shoot away at and maybe pick him up.
Well, there wasn't much in his move except for deep strike into the middle with his enhanced unit to score area denial and do a cleanse. Tack scores 2 points on cleanse, 5 points on area denial, takes him to 7, 2 command points to 1 as we end a rather uneventful half a turn 1.
I've got points, but we'll see if that one bites me in the butt.
Start of movement's turn now, and he's using devastating wounds for all his psychic weapons. He's got 13 Cabal points to start.
Uh-oh.
Movement's drawn Sabotage and Storm Hostile objective, but that's not able to be done round 1, and in Pariah Nexus, Movement gets to redraw that one for free.
Surprise, redraw.
Engage on all fronts instead.
Let's go into the movement phase here, and
right.
we've got some moving to do.
Moving or moving?
It's the movement phase, and we're gonna do some moving.
Vortex Beast moves up to claim an objective.
Infernal Master is just gonna hop through the wall. Rhino can actually just go straight forward. I'm gonna shift the Demon Prince back to help zone out a little bit.
Magnus steps up a bit to get some shots off.
Vortex Beast will scooch over also. So that unit of rubrics is still just gonna stay inside that building. Other Infernal Master is the one with the Arcane Vortex. He's actually gonna pop out to the other side. Basically, trying to keep him protected, and if you show up, you're showing up in front of him.
Movement's using Temporal Surge for 5 Cabal points, and that sees that lone Infernal Master move up to sabotage that piece of terrain. Now using 6 Cabal points on Echoes of the Warp, he's going to give Magnus the ability to use a stratagem for -1 command points. Using Warp Sight on the Deathwing Knights mid-table, psychic weapons will now ignore cover and can target that unit indirectly.
Next command point, I'm going to use it on Magnus as well for Devastating Sorcery. Reroll all hit, all wound rolls.
Yikes!
All right, Magnus, there is a Deathwing Knight right in front of you. Let's see how many you can pick up.
Tack using Armor and Contempt for 1 command point. He's down to 2, movement's out.
3d3 for number of shots. Because I can still see you, hitting on 2s, rerolling, and then wounding on 2s, rerolling. So I'm going to get greedy and reroll all of it and go fishing.
Yep.
Nope, bites me in the butt.
3 devastating wounds do go through because of the devastating.
Yep.
However, that is dropped to 2 because I'm a Deathwing Knight. I've got a 4-up against mortals
Yay.
from the chaplain.
So you only lose a night.
Good night. Whew, okay.
That was a lot tankier than I expected.
I lost the 1 Deathwing Knight that I needed to lose in order to keep the others alive.
Magnus isn't done shooting yet because he still has Zinch's Firestorm. Thank God for rerolling all hits. Yikes.
Here we go. I make them all.
Of course. Infernal Master, overcharging.
Here we go.
Infernal Master, you've got this, right? Rerolling everything. 6s. I'll take his once per turn and flip one of them to a 6.
I make them all.
Tanking everything, I like it. And then just one feel no pain.
Which I make. These Deathwing Knights are as tanky as promised.
It's only going to be the Vortex Beast on the far side into the bikes. There's only 3 of them, so it's going to be D6 plus 3 shots.
Either you roll 6s,
Or I don't.
or you don't. Please, make them both.
Okay then. Yeah. That's it for my shooting.
No charges, no fights, and not a lot in that first turn.
I'm going to discard engage on all fronts. I don't want to hang on to engage on all fronts because this is going to put me into a very precarious position in trying to get into Tack's side of the board. And he still has a lot of angry units, including the Lion back there.
Only 1 dead Terminator and not a lot of points. Tack still has a squad of 10 Terminators with a captain and 5 Terminators with chain fists still in reserve, and Movement has asserted some serious board presence.
This is an interesting change where I'm used to having secondary score at the end of your turn, but with Sabotage having to score at the end of Tack's turn, I've got to try and keep this Infernal Master alive and maybe weather a Deathwing Night Storm.
Turn 2.
On Attack's turn 2, Movement chooses to reduce incoming damage on Magnus by 1 with Impossible Form.
I go to 4 command points because that's real.
Asriel.
Let's see what these ones are.
Tack's drawn Established Locus and Overwhelming Force.
This is not the typical list that I run. I really want to try something out, but I'm realizing the lack of anti-tank here might bite me in the bum.
The Lion again choosing no hiding from the Watchers to give a 4-up versus mortal wounds within 6 inches of him. He's Oath a moment of that orange Vortex Beast.
I just moved up both my Rhino and Vortex Beast onto objectives. I've basically given him prime targets.
The Deathwing have held him 1 objective. He chooses not to guard it, foregoing an extra 2 victory points in order to perhaps get to grips with the Thousand Suns. 4 primary points for Tack takes him up to 11 to Movement 0.
So then we head into the movement phase. These 2 are now valid objectives. I get +1 a wound against the Vortex Beast and the Rhino.
Bikes have moved into range of that orange beast held objective. Blade Guard advance, try to out-control Attack's Mutolith. The far Blade Guard unit rolls up out of the top objective. Movement choosing not to overwatch just yet. Intercessors run to the corner to lock out that uppy-downy Demon Prince.
We go into reserves.
10-man squad with character support forms a line in the mid-table, daring Movement to come at him.
That's a lot of wounds for Movement to chew through. I'm hoping he takes the bait, he moves Magnus up, charges into that big brick of Terminators. Yes, I'm going to lose a whole bunch, but that's going to set up the line for countercharge. I've got 1 more drop left.
Relic Teleportarium on his 5-man squad of Terminators gets them within Movement's deployment zone to establish Locus.
I didn't... Okay, yeah, sure. Terminators right in my back line. Didn't expect that, but it scores him points, so that's actually a pretty good move.
Tack's down to 3 command points, but he's going to score points for that.
We go into the shooting phase.
Start of the shooting phase, and the Vortex Beast gets grenaded for only 2, and he shrugs one of them. Tack to 2 command points.
The Outrider Bike squad into the Vortex Beast.
Feel no pain.
Down to 11.
Oh, the bike shooting does not do much at all.
Terminators are firing their Storm Bolters into the Vortex Beast.
28 shots on 2s with full rerolls? Just with Storm Bolters?
He tanks it.
He tanks it.
Do I just name him Tank now? Tank the Beast?
Assault Cannon going into the Vortex Beast.
Feel no pain. Feels a little pain.
10 wounds on the Vortex Beast.
Overcharge the Plasma. D3 shots.
Ding on 2s. These are going to go to my invols.
They are.
And I make them
Oh,
both.
he makes them both.
Wow, okay. That Vortex Beast is probably the luckiest Vortex Beast I have right now. All of 3 wounds.
Don't die on me, buddy.
Oh, hazardous roll fails. Command reroll succeeds. Tack to 1 command point.
3 Blade Guard pistol shots into the River Marines.
T4. 4 up. They're okay.
They're okay.
Dust.
You know what? That was a bum shooting phase. That's okay. The Dark Angels want to do everything with power fists and swords. Big brick of 10 Terminators is going to try to charge the Rhino.
Tack has missed his charge with the built-in reroll, and the 10-man still fails.
Okay.
Keeping on that objective with the Deathwing Knights would be amazing. However, killing Rubric Marines would be even more amazing. So I'm going to charge into that squad.
Here we go. Needs a 7-inch charge. Oh, that fails. That is not good.
I did not sink a single charge.
This is huge for me. This means that there's a lot of options for me to actually fire into and potentially pick him apart.
I've done no killing.
End of Tack's turn, he keeps overwhelming force and has scored established locust. He's up to 15 points. Movement sabotage completes for 3.
End of Tack's turn. I'm going to take my Demon Prince with wings, and he's just going to disappear right now. Oh boy.
Movement's drawn, bring it down. That's just the lion.
Of all the games that I draw Bring It Down in, it's the one where there's a lion who's hiding in the back behind all his Terminators.
Containment is going to be fairly easy to score as well. He is going to be able to score 3 points for each board edge, not within 9 of his deployment zone. Only 11 Cabal points for Movement this turn, 4 primary, and he's choosing to guard that center objective mid-board with his Rhino. 15-7, Tack's favor.
Vortex Beast first.
Yep.
He has a whopping 10-inch move, which should be able to get him to swing around and still be wholly within 9 of that board edge. This is a full mat, and we do play with a 60 by 44 board. We are actually not counting the 2 inches on each of the player table edges there.
Which allows this to be wholly within 9 and still on that objective.
This little Infernal Master is just gonna hop out. He is a brave, brave little Infernal Master. These boys are just gonna scooch. We're gonna have Ahriman and his friends pop out of the Rhino. Magnus is just gonna scooch up a little bit. Those rubrics are all actually gonna pop out of that cover. The other unit of rubrics is also gonna pour out of that Rhino.
Movement's really jammed up the middle.
End of movement. We have a Demon Prince that needs to come show up and have a party.
Save the returning Demon Prince, who's going to score movement containment points.
There's a perfect spot for him to land, and he sees those Deathwing Knights. The Vortex Beast does trigger his ability.
The Mutolith, using its mutating aura in the movement phase, does 3 mortals to the Blade Guard and 1 of the bikes. The bikes have failed Battle Shock, but the Blade Guard succeed. Shooting phase now, and 6 Cabal points on Echoes from the Warp to give that mid-squad a strat for -1 command points. 2 command points on Warp Sight to target the Deathwing again. Interesting choice.
It's time to turn all these Flamers, all these Torrent weapons on, and let's just see how much damage I can do to all these Terminators. 2 Flamers and a Soul Reaper Cannon in range that can see the Blade Guard vets. Aspiring Sorcerer, a Hand Flamer, will go into them as well. Both the Psychic weapons from the Infernal Master and the Mini Smite will go into the Deathwing Terminators.
Tack using Armor of Contempt of the Deathwing Knights. He's down to 1 command point.
Let's start with the Knights first.
4 up. 3 wounds remaining on one of those Knights.
Infernal Master, overcharging. That greed is punishing me. So I'm gonna flip one of the dice to make it 4 devastating wounds total.
3 ups.
Yep.
Only 1 dead Deathwing Knight.
And then all the Flamers and Soul Reaper Cannon into the poor Blade Guard.
1 is down to 1 wound remaining.
2 Flamers that actually were in range.
Gonna love the rerolls.
Yay! Flamers!
You kill 1 and 1 has 1 wound remaining.
Soul Reaper Cannon has to go into the Terminator Big Brick because that's all he can see. Wizards are going to shoot into the Deathwing Knights. And the regular Sorcerer is going to spend a command point here, which will be free because I used the Cabal Ritual for devastating sorcery. So reroll all hit, all wound.
Captain goes to ground for free for cover for the Terminators? Wow!
That has not been one that's come up before.
We're gonna put a Watcher.
Tack pops his Watcher in the Dark as well to get a 4-up Feel No Pain versus those mortal wounds.
These little creatures are going to help protect my elite soldiers.
Okay, can we just take a moment and talk about that new plushie Watcher in the Dark? That thing is adorable and I want one. Tack, we need one in the office. So let's start with the Soul Reaper Cannon then. 6s are devastating. Rerolling the 1 to wound because I am a Rubric Marine.
Feel no pains. I
They feel pain.
both.
Aspiring Sorcerer into the Knights.
4 up. I am going to risk the objective.
Oh, risk the objective, all right. Casino Pistol. 6 shots.
I don't understand this whatsoever.
Rerolling because of the stratagem.
So I've got 2 ups against those, which I make both. That 1 is alive with 1 wound remaining.
Vortex Beast is actually going to start first, and he's going to use the Blast Profile. 3s.
Kill the sword. I like painting swords.
Magnus into the Terminators now.
Looking into their eyes.
No.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
2 saves. That's
Whoa.
AP 2, 3 damage
Moving.
each.
Why?
Because he's looking at you.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Talk about eyes.
This little Watcher watched this buddy die.
Oh.
And then he watched this one die. No, they're not protecting the elite soldiers. They're just there to witness the carnage.
This is so horrible.
I hope that's not a child.
And then he still has more shooting because Firestorm of Tzeentch.
This was bring the kid to work day. Stop killing the dads.
Yeah, we're just here for war crimes today.
Does he live? Nope.
4 dead total.
He's just trying to go everywhere. He's going around showing everyone, look at the book.
Look at what I drew, Dad.
We're just gonna dump everything to those Terminators right in front of me.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Stop.
the humanity.
Stop.
Ahriman and all his friends are in range of the Terminators. Ahriman, shoot. Rerolling the 1.
Terminator Captain. I make it. Stop killing Terminators.
Baby smite.
From the Watcher. The Watcher says 1 goes away. The Watcher's finally doing something.
The 3 regular flamers, because all the guns. One day I will chew through all these Terminators. You gave me the challenge.
I don't get my go to ground bonus, but I do go to 3s.
Oh, he's just pounding on the Terminators. Another goes down.
Are you a hazard test for my other Infernal Master?
Oh.
That's problematic.
Hazardous reroll succeeds for Mubin. That's helpful. Won't take those 3 mortal wounds.
And then the other Infernal Master in the middle. He's going to overcharge and he's going to dump into the Deathwing Knights. I'm going to take one of those and flip that to a devastating chew through, chew through.
Yep.
Ooh.
TAC is losing expensive models at an alarming rate.
It's gonna end sometime soon.
His hazard test before I forget.
This little Watcher is...
Why would you do this to the poor Watchers? The Soul Reaper Cannon.
So 1 goes through. 4 up. 1 damage.
The 3 Flamers.
Okay. You kill the Sergeant.
More overcharging. Infernal Master, go. One of those will be devastating.
So 3 ups. He's okay.
Okay.
He's okay. He takes a wound. He's okay.
Okay. Hazard roll. He's okay.
Okay. Just a whole bunch of it's okay.
No charges, no fight phase.
So apparently the Thousand Suns want to do everything in the shooting phase and nothing in the fight phase. I get to do nothing. My Watchers have had enough and they have left the battlefield never to watch that carnage ever again. My assets are really expensive. I don't know what to do with them. What is the line doing? I don't know what the line's doing.
That will be the end of my turn. So I've managed to take the Deathwing Knights down to 2 models, and I've taken out almost half of the captain and his squad of Terminators.
6 points on containment for Mubin. Discards bring it down 4 at command point. Both players sit at 1 command point at the end of round 2. But it is 15-13 in TAC's favor. Mubin has absolutely closed that gap. This is gonna be a tight one, folks.
That was rough. I lost a lot of Terminators that turn. But Dark Angels now get to counterattack. They get to go after all those infantry, so long as I don't get Overwatch to death.
Start of round 3, and Mubin chooses Impossible Form again for Magnus. He'll be -1 all incoming damage. TAC draws behind enemy lines to add overwhelming force.
Behind enemy lines is a little tricky because that means I can't have those Terminators leave. And that kind of sucks because I want their Chain Fists to be going into Rubric Ring.
Oath of Moment on Ahriman's squad. 4 more primaries sees TAC to 19, Mubin 13. The Lion again using no hiding from the Watchers to give out a 6-inch 4-up versus mortal wounds. I think he's got to get the Lion into the fight right now. He's not helping him in the back. That 3-up invuln save is super powerful, and he needs to push him forward.
Going to the movement phase?
Again, TAC chooses aggressive push. The infantry are going to gain +1 to wound on objectives that they don't control. Really strong ability from the Dark Angels. And positioning is going to be really, really key here for TAC. He's lost a lot of models and hasn't really dented Mubin's army yet.
Moving the Intercessors up to hold that objective now. Armon and friends. Hello, Chaplain. I'm advancing the Intercessors on my home objective. They're going 11 inches. Staying within 6 of all of that to give them the field no pains.
The Blade Guard take position in the middle of TAC's deployment zone just to keep stuff from sneaking in. Terminators stay put. Is that a good call? I don't know.
We go into the shooting phase.
Weaver of Fates for Mubin in the shooting phase. He's down to 1 Cabal point. That's going to give him a reroll saving throw.
I expected nothing less than Ahriman and friends to have a target on his back. So I think this is the time Ahriman has to use his free Cabal ritual, and he's just going to go for it. We're going to get a free stratagem. Maybe this helps him stay alive, and he just zeroes out some damage.
Ahriman's using a free Cabal ritual to give out a reduced stratagem cost fee with Echoes of the Warp. That's his once per game.
Here comes a grenade off of the bikes into Ahriman's Rubric squad. Give me more this time.
Grenades in Armand squad kills a model.
2 bikes can see the Rubrik's Marines full, and then 1 bike will have to go into here. One that's going into the Rubric Marines down south. Needing 4s, re-rolling because it is twin linked.
He's okay.
Bolters going into Armand squad.
Okay. 4s.
Terminator squad with the chain fists into the orange Inferno Master.
Bottom right Terminators manage to wound the Rubrics in front of them, and the plasma cannon ends him, and he fails the hazardous roll. Oh no!
My dice have abandoned me the last couple turns. Goodbye, plasma Terminator.
No cannon.
The remaining Terminators mid-table opening up into Armand squad.
3 dead.
I've got the assault cannon. 1 devastating.
So we're gonna take these 2 at a time on the little guy. Fails immediately.
Yep.
2 more saves on Armand for 3s. And then the 1 devastating will still go through, so he is down to 4 wounds remaining.
I'm going to overcharge that plasma.
Yep.
How many shots do I get? 2s.
I made 1, failed 2.
Weaver of Fates rerolls a save. It's failed, and then Destined by Fate for free to shrug one of the cannon shots. The squad is dead, and Armand is down to 2 wounds.
4 Cabal points and a lot of Flamers with +1 to wound. So this actually kind of hurts.
Shot after shot, whittling them down, but Armand is still there.
You're gonna try and do it with Azrael?
Oh wait, I've got an Azrael.
Oh no.
1 heavy bolt pistol and Azrael are going to go into Armand, and 2 heavy bolt pistols are going to go into the Vortex Beast. Into Armand. It does not hit, but
Rolling.
it does hit.
Hey.
So that is a wound.
4s. Down to 1 wound left.
2 shots from his Lion's Wrath,
But the lion's right there.
and he's wrathful.
No, don't do it, Dak. Don't do it.
Ha ha! Azrael downs the witch. Armand is dead.
Intercessors on my side of the board shooting into the Infernal Master with the Vortex.
You got it.
I'm gonna take the 2 on the cannon first. Takes another one. Flamers. So just the cannon dies.
This Intercessor squad pumping everything into that Rubik squad. Bolters for days. 4s, here we go.
I still fail 2. Charge clock.
Charge the clock. This time, you know what? Dice are gonna wake up, and this time we're gonna see the Dark Angels land these charges. Charge the Blade Guard vets into that squad.
The Blade Guard are in.
Try to go for a big charge here.
Azrael and the Inner Circle companions roll at 11 to charge the Mutolith.
It was nice knowing you, Mr. Beast.
Great start. We finally get to see what these Inner Circle companions can do.
Outriders into the Rhino and the Infernal Master. They fail, and no reroll from TAC.
The Terminator Captain and his retinue of Terminators is going to go for the Rhino. 10-inch charge from the Terminators.
Another fail.
Captain says, try again.
Another fail.
Tack, why? Tack is not making a lot of these charges. This is rough.
How many double ones do we need to see this game, huh? You can only fail so many, right? The Chaplain and the Deathwing Knight are going to go into the Infernal Master and the Rhino. This one is a bit tricky here with the Deathwing Knights. I really want that character.
Do what the bikes couldn't do.
Another fail.
Man, I'm just failing all of my charges here.
Reroll.
Do attack.
Okay.
I believe. I
Long charge,
believe.
here we go. 4 again.
Another fail.
Ugh, I was wrong. You can fail as many charges as the dice want you to. Dice tell stories. Blade Guard vets are going to charge into the Rubric Marines. This could be a fool's errand here, but those Blade Guard vets are dead if they just stand out in the open. At least I take away an asset, which is a command point from Mobin.
Really? They're the ones that make it?
Blade Guard vets charging the Rubric Marines with a 12 and getting Overwatch for his trouble, but they're basically dead if he doesn't. At least he made Mubin spend a command point.
Give me. Give me. Okay, well, at least give me a hazardous.
No. Fight away!
The Inner Circle Companions and Azrael are going to fight first into the Vortex Beast. Calibanite Greatswords are going to do the strike profile into the middle of the Vortex Beast. Azrael gives them sustained.
Whew, this could go bad.
Fight face down, and the Inner Circle companions put 7 2-damage wounds through. Even without Azrael, they take it down.
This went bad. Vortex Beast did not make enough saves. He's gone before Azrael could even fight. Those Inner Circle companions, oh boy. I need to get rid of them.
Move them this way to just get them cover.
Blade Guard doing some serious work into the Infernal Master and Rubrics, and down go the Rubrics.
And the Infernal Master, he's just going to take his 6 and take no damage. 4 attacks from the Infernal Master in retaliation. You killed his friends. Now he's going to take your life. Nope, not like that.
4 up. Nope.
Into the box.
Oh, man.
Tax got 2 units behind enemy lines, 5 points on overwhelming force to jump up to a 15-point lead at the end of his turn. 28 to 15.
I'm going to try to keep in the game, but just focusing on points.
And the Demon Prince flies away at the end of Tax's turn. Movement's turn 3 now. Psychic, still devastating, and the Rhino has guarding again. He's at 11 Cabal points. Umberlific Crystal Infernal Master goes bye-bye to come back in his next reinforcement step. 4 more primary points for movement takes him up to 19. He's got no prisoners and defend Stronghold.
It's off to the movement phase.
Looks like Magnus is coming for Azrael. This could be rough. The Master of Secrets coming for the Keeper of Truth.
It's been a while since the Chapter Master decided to show up and say hey to Magnus. Vortex Beast is going to pivot. This unit of rubrics is going to slowly march forward.
Much shuffling about for movement here in the movement phase. He really doesn't want to give Tack any chances to tie him up.
The Demon Prince is actually going to show up and defend my stronghold.
Infernal Master reappears deep into Tack's zone.
Shooting time.
Thousand Suns shooting is scary.
5 Cabal points on that Arcane Vortex squad to Temporal Surge to get the objective. Magnus echoes the warp for 6 Cabal points. He's going to get reduced cost stratagems again, immediately spending that to get re-rolling everything for Magnus as he targets Azrael's squad.
Azrael says, hello, buddy.
I want you to watch this.
Look at me, Dad.
Let's start with the Gaze of Magnus. 3D, 3 shots.
Uh-oh. Involves. 2 are dead.
He lives.
Love? Nope.
Oh no, down goes Azrael.
This is why you don't show up and say hi to Magnus. That's Azrael and friends gone. That's actually big 4 points on no prisoners.
That is exactly what happens when, he is the,
Keeper of the Truth?
no. Why am I blanking? I had a brain fart, the Master of the Chapter.
Chapter Master?
Chapter Master.
2 command points on Warp Sight to remove cover and target indirectly with psychic weapons on the Deathwing Knights.
That unit is going to proceed to turn all of its guns, except for the Infernal Master. Intercessors, the Infernal Master will continue to bully the Knights.
Armor of Contempt from Tack again. He's at 1 command point.
3 regular Flamers into the Intercessors first. 3d6.
What did I do to you?
Fire.
3 in the building are dead.
There is a Hand Flamer. 6 shots.
What?
I rolled a 6.
Move it. Calm your flamers.
No. Fire goes smooth. And then the Baby Smite. Kill the wounded guy.
I don't know what that one intercessor is going to do. We just need to play that song. Shot, shot, shot. Shot, shot, shot. So many shots.
And then Infernal Master into those Deathwing Knights.
Yeah. How many shots?
2.
Yay, you slowed down.
Let's just make it both 6s.
Feel no pains. I feel both.
Infernal Master fails his hazardous and takes 3 mortal wounds.
Regular Sorcerer and Aspiring Sorcerer gonna shoot into the Deathwing. The Flamers into the bikes. Cannon into bikes. He's the one wounded.
He's got 1 wound remaining. Kill the 1, and 1 has 3 wounds remaining.
Casino Pistol.
Here we go.
2d6 shots.
Because of armor. Hoo-yah! It's enough.
Infernal Master in the midboard.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna fire into the bikes.
Oh no.
Overcharging, because I always overcharge these.
Yep. How many shots? Did you get all of them?
I did.
So it's down to 1 wound remaining. Still alive? Nope.
Oh, the solo Infernal Master takes down a bike.
Does he get a hazard roll?
I don't know. Does he?
He's fine. Mr. Orange shooting Lion in the back, overcharging.
Solo Infernal Master now shooting the lion, and he says, nay, nay, nay.
So you did nothing.
I did nothing. All the shooting and those Deathwing Knights just will not die. They just won't die. Why? You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Infernal Master is going to make a charge, and he's going to kill that last bike left and give me my no prisoner.
Infernal Master charges now into the last bike. Magnus fails his charge into the Intercessors. Rites of Battle for a free use of Heroic Intervention, and he's in with the Terminators.
I forgot Heroic Intervention's only 1 command point now. I go for the bike. 6s are devastating. Come on, 3s.
I have a 4 up.
Don't do attack.
I'm going to do it. I'm spending command point here because if that bike lives, I have a chance of denying Mubin at least one victory point.
Command reroll for attack to save his biker fails again.
That's max no prisoners, but he's about to pay dearly for this.
Terminators now, this unit, because of its enhancement, can pile and consolidate 6 inches.
I am loving that enhancement. However, there's a Mutalith Vortex Beast right there.
Captain has killed 2 rubrics, and the rest of the Terminators do unspeakable things to the Infernal Master.
Goodbye, Infernal Master. You've been turned to paste.
No consolidation move, as that Mutalith is really scary.
I'm gonna pile in.
Only 2 wounds to a Terminator, and that is all of the clapback Mubin has.
End of my turn. I will score 5 points for no prisoners.
Wow, round 3 was a bloody one. Tack still holds a slim lead, but he's low on assets, and he's not going to score any primary at his turn.
I have a chance to make this go my way. I just need to weather his next turn and survive.
If he can do the same to Mubin, he can maintain that lead, but I'm not sure if he can.
We are both running out of assets, but I don't want to be the guy that loses to Mubin again in 40k and 40am. So, Dark Angels, make your charges.
28-24 as we head to turn 4. Tax drawed Assassination and Sabotage. There's enough characters floating around to grab that one, but Sabotage, I don't know.
I'm feeling pretty good about my secondary game. However, primary game has been really tough. We just keep punting each other off of those objectives.
Still choosing Impossible Form on Magnus to have -1 incoming damage. The Lion again chooses no hiding from the Watchers, so a 4-up versus Mortal Wounds. Oath of Moment is placed on the rubrics in the middle.
The Blade Guard squad here.
Cower in fear.
Oh no! Battleshock fails on that lone Blade Guard that he wanted to sabotage with. All objectives midboard are vowed again with aggressive push. +1 to wound for Deathwing Infantry.
Time to move. Blade Guard vets are going to move up. We are getting into the end game here, and if I leave those flamers alive, I'm just not going to see the light of day. So it's time now to kill the Infernal Masters.
I gotta overwatch these Blade Guard. If it's at least a couple dead, it's whittling down their output.
Blade Guard moving up to bait out an Overwatch of the Rubric Remains top board, and he kills 2 of them.
It wasn't enough, but maybe, just maybe, this keeps them alive.
Here come the Deathwing Knights.
The Lion can now move through walls. The Terminators are just going to all go inside the building. So they're just up top here, just to show that they're inside the building.
Looks like he's trying to move block Magnus with his lone Battleshock Blade Guard vet. That's an interesting play. Cunning.
So I'm touching the objective over there, and I'm going to touch the objective with him as well. Tuck everyone else behind the building so I'm blocking line of sight. Magnus has a decision, go this way or go that way. In the shooting phase, I'm going to declare that the Terminators are starting a sabotage action. The lone intercessor there is going to fire into the Rubric Marines in front of him.
Hey, yeah. Okay.
Blade Guard vet is going into the Rubric Marines as well.
Nothing in his shooting phase is all.
We're going to the charge phase. Blade Guard vet into the Rubric Marines. Deathwing Knights are also going to charge your Rubric Marines. Pretty much an unfeelable charge. Holy crap.
Holy crap is right. Another Snake Eyes charge, but at least they made it in.
The Lion is going to charge the Rubric Marines in the middle.
Stay away. They're dead.
Deathwing Knight kills 2 Rubrics on his own, and now the Chaplain wipes the squad. Blade Guard vet now try to kill the Infernal Master,
Strength 4?
and they succeed.
Finally, the Dark Angels are doing it in combat. We've got one Infernal Master down. Here comes the Lion. We finally get to see the Lion in action.
No, I will live. That'll do.
Okay.
The little wizard that could. Actual sorcerer.
The Lion striking kills the entire squad and the characters down.
Yep, he's picked up another unit of rubrics by himself. Not a surprise.
That was a little bit of cleanup duty on my side. I still have sabotage, so you need to deal with these Terminators somehow.
I do.
Now, Mubin has very few assets left, but he's got heavy hitters left. Not safe yet.
The Lion has stopped Mubin scoring 2 for guarding that center objective. This is a super tight game. He cannot up down the Demon Prince as he's got Defense Stronghold, and you cannot have 2 end of phase actions happen simultaneously. He has to choose one, wisely choosing those 3 points. It is 33-27 in favor of Tack as we head to Mubin's turn 4.
Still in the lead, but barely.
And you've managed to knock me off all the primary points this time.
Yay!
Yay!
Movement is drawn, establish locus, and storm hostile objective. Almost a perfect draw.
What a great draw for Mubin.
Magnus can move up, storm hostile objective. The Infernal Master is in tax deployment zone for established locus. These are points that I need, and it's keeping me in the game.
He's choosing Psychic Maelstrom to give all psychic weapons sustained hits this turn, and only starts with 8 Cabal points. No primary for movement is really, really big. Tack's doing everything he can to try to win here, but he is super low on assets. Movement can still outmaneuver him as he's got the advantage in units and movement.
Demon Prince first.
Lots of repositioning occurring here for movement. He needs to pin Tack so he can freely score primary on his turn 5.
Magnus is just going to swing around the corner.
Shoot away.
The Vortex Beast has his mutating Vortex ability. Rolling a dice to see if he does mortal wounds to the intercessors.
Okay, sounds good.
Same thing to the Terminators.
Oh wow, Mutalith Mutating Vortex does some serious work.
Battle Shock for both of those units, please.
So intercessors, they're okay. The Terminators.
I just need the Terminators to fail. No, they're okay. Start his shooting phase. 7 of my 8 Cabal points. Demon Prince is going to Doom Bolt the Blade Guard Vet. Bye-bye, Blade Guard Vet.
4 mortal wounds to the lone Blade Guard veteran. He gone. Demon Prince shooting the lone intercessor fails only 1 save. Command reroll still fails.
Vortex Beast is just going to start blasting.
Rights of battle give his Terminators a reduction in incoming armor penetration, and he saves all of them. Devastating sorcery for 1 command point. Magnus re-rolling everything.
3d3. Rerolling the 1s. 3 more for sustained.
Okay. Okay. 1 dice. 2. He's okay.
He's good.
He's okay.
He's good.
He's
He's
okay.
good. There's 3 devastatings in there.
Jeez.
Yep. He went big.
He's okay. Kills him.
Zinch's Firestorm, d6 plus 3. So 2 more, plus that one that I took out.
Oh, the Termies are dead, and the captain's down to 4 wounds left.
Oh, I was hopeful that I would have some Terminators left. So I'm a captain though.
Just Magnus charging, and he's in.
6s!
Oh, wow. Only 3 dead intercessors.
Intercessors kicking you in the shins. 6s, probably.
No. End of my turn, I will score 4 for Established Locus, and then another 4 for Storm Hostile Objective, because yay Magnus.
In round 4, what an incredibly tight matchup. Tack was able to stop all the nasty flamer shenanigans, however, it has cost him almost all of his units.
If I don't kill scoring units now, he's going to be able to sneak past me, maybe score big on those objectives, and that's going to win him the game.
Movement has 5 units left to Tack's 5, however, the only real threat is the Lion. Everything else is spread out, which is actually a good thing for him, as Movement will have to choose which way to go here, and Tack can dictate that with some judicious movement round 5. Round 5 is gonna be lit! 39-35 for Tack. Start around 5 again. Immaterial form on Magnus to reduce incoming damage by 1. Tax draw no prisoners and engage at all fronts. Command point to ditch engage at all fronts to draw containment.
This is razor thin. I'm really worried about what movement has left because those are beefy units that I'm gonna have a hard time tearing down.
2 targets that he's going to go for are going to be the Rhino and the Demon Prince. He has to go for those. Magnus and that Vortex Beast are just too hard to bring down.
Oath of Moment on the Demon Prince.
There's the Oath of Moment on that Demon Prince. Everything's coming in. This is gonna hurt.
Vow of defensive focus choosing that center objective. Insane bravery to auto-pass the lone Blade Guard vet. And the Lion keeps the 4-up versus Mortals. Seems the legit choice versus Thousand Suns. It's 47-35 for Tack. Both players a single command point. The Blade Guard and the Terminators don't have to move and are going to score Tack 6 on containment right there.
I'll just go there so I don't feel the charge onto the Rhino.
With containment unstoppable, the Rhino takes some incidental fire.
Rhino says no.
Lion shooting the Rhino, 2 wounds into it. Lion's got a multi-charge here, the Demon Prince and the Rhino.
The Terminators are going to charge into the Demon Prince. If the Deathwing Knights can do some damage to that Demon Prince, I'm able to split the attacks with the Lion and maybe take down both the Demon Prince as well as the Rhino.
Deathwing charge the Demon Prince. Captain into the Rhino. Deathwing Knights going first. Oath target, no joy. The Prince of the Thousand Suns stands tall.
That sucks. So what that means is I can't risk it on a 4-up invuln. Lion is going to put everything into the Demon Prince.
Prince is being a prince. Demon Prince has managed to withstand the onslaught from those Terminators. Now to see if we can tank the Lion. Lion go smash.
Oh, but the Lion slaughters him good. No deadly demise, so that's it for him.
Nope. The Lion does what the Lion does, and there goes the Demon Prince.
Terminate Captain.
Yep.
He's going in.
Smash.
Hitting on 2s.
If this Rhino lives, there's a chance I can still win this game.
I'm going to Rites of Battle, reroll here, because if I can get a perfect 4 wounds through, I can score 4 points on no prisoners.
Rites of Battle to reroll, and it still fails here. This is no joy.
The Rhino lives. He lives.
And the Rhino won't even have to Battle Shock.
3 attacks with armored tracks into the Captain. Hits with all of them. He was with all of them. Just fail 1.
Sure, I'll fail 1 for you. No, sorry.
6 points on containment, 2 only on no prisoners, 55 to 35 for tack. Mubin has the ability to win this game. Can he pull it off? Mubin draws behind enemy lines and recover assets. If he scores both, he's going to win by a point. Can he do it though? This is super risky.
Really good draw here from Mubin. He has all the assets and he's in the right places on the board.
Recover assets, because I can get 1 unit into my deployment zone. Magnus is in no man's land, and that Infernal Master's in tax deployment zone. This is perfect. I just need to move models in place, and then I just need a Rhino to hop over a Terminator. It does heal 1 in the command phase, so it goes to 5. We're just moving and making the things happen.
The Mutolith backs up to get 1 part of recover assets. Magnus just stays put. The Infernal Master moves up and actions.
And now, for the dice roll, that could end it all.
The Rhino needs to make this desperate breakout roll over those Terminators, and if he does, he will win the game.
Overall 1 or 2.
I believe in him.
Yeah.
I believe.
That's it! That roll wins the game!
The Rhino did it. He didn't fail his desperate breakout. He makes it over the Terminator, and that's going to secure the game.
He wins the game on a single point. How beautiful is that?
With 12 points on primary and 9 points on secondaries to score 21 points on the final turn, Mubin with 56 to 55 with paint, 66-65 has won. He's beaten tack with the Thousand Suns.
Whew, 1 point.
1 point tag,
There you
but
go.
I did it.
You did
I
it.
won.
Mubin made some really smart plays, got onto the board where he needed to, drew really good secondaries, focused on scoring those, and this is the result, a 1 point difference.
I managed to win by 1 point. 1 point is what it came down to. Oddly enough, the Primarchs didn't fight each other. They just kind of stayed on the opposite ends of the boards and went after other things.
What an absolute slobber knocker! This was a nail biter of a game and literally came down to 1 roll at the end. Amazingly well played, gentlemen. Fantastic showing from both of you. Such a great match. Congratulations, Mubin. Well played, and without your vaunted Thousand Suns dice.
Great game, Mubin. I'm glad your losing streak is over.
Special thanks to this episode's sponsor, Art W. Make sure to check them out at the link in the description below. They just may be able to help you realize the army of your dreams. And of course, a big thank you to you for watching. If you like what we do, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Or if you really like what we do, please consider supporting us through YouTube membership or Patreon. You'll get exclusive releases as well as behind-the-scenes interviews, early access to most of our shows, and access to our Discord, the most happening 40K community around. That's it for all of us here at the Play On Studios. On behalf of them, it's me, JT the Voice, saying, until the next time you see us in the far-flung future of a grimdark universe, play on! Bye!